22.5 inches of snow in the North Carolina mountains. You need to hear that number again, 22.5 inches. Fort Myers, Florida saw snow flurries. Fort Myers. That is a place where people retire to escape winter, and they got snow falling from the sky. The polar vortex is splitting in half within the next week, and when that happens, the coldest air on the planet starts heading straight for the eastern United States. In the next 12 minutes, I am breaking down every single week of February and giving you the forecast that matters most. Right now, drop your city in the comments. I am going through every comment tonight because tomorrow's update will have personalized information based on where you are watching from. Here is your reward for staying with me. The Carolina Mountains just saw 22.5 inches. Coastal areas picked up 17.7 inches. Pigeon Forge got 13.5. Southwest Virginia measured 12.5. Charlotte saw over a foot. Chicago is at 22 degrees, 12 below normal. Minneapolis hit 18 degrees, extreme even for Minnesota. Fort Myers broke into the 40s after seeing actual snow flurries. But here is what nobody is talking about. The pattern that caused this is not going anywhere. This storm overperformed in a massive way. Snow on the ground right now stretches from Kansas to the Carolina coast, through Oklahoma, down into Mississippi, across the entire southeast. The cold pushed all the way to Lake Okeechobee. Record lows shattered across Florida. Fort Myers getting snow is going to be weather trivia for the next 50 years. Hundreds of thousands lost power, hundreds of car accidents. At least 2 deaths tied to this storm. If you are still dealing with outages or icy roads, stay safe. Carolina folks, how are those roads looking? Let me know in the comments. That storm is finally pulling away. But here is what makes this different. The atmospheric pattern is locked in place. There is a massive ridge over the west coast keeping California warm. That ridge is forcing the jet stream to dive down over the eastern half of the country. Think of it like a highway for Arctic air, and that highway is wide open. Models show this setup holding through at least early February, probably longer. About 60% of ensemble members keep us locked in this pattern through mid-month. Wave after wave of cold air diving down from Canada. Now here is what has meteorologists buzzing. The polar vortex up in the stratosphere is expected to split around February 6th through 8th. One piece goes to Europe and Asia. The other parks right over North America. When that split happens, it takes roughly 2 weeks for the effects to reach the surface. Do the math. Split around the 6th means we feel it around the 15th through 22nd. True Arctic air. Siberian air, the coldest stuff on the planet. Week 1 is right now, February 1st through 8th. Clipper systems keep sliding out of Canada, bringing light snow to the upper Midwest. Great Lakes getting hammered with lake effect. Ohio Valley, Appalachians, Northeast all seeing snow chances. Midwest and Plains temperatures creep up a bit, closer to freezing. Week 2, February 8th through 15th. This is the transition week. The polar vortex sets up around central Canada. That keeps brutal Arctic air bottled up north for now. A weak ridge builds across the south, giving us a thaw. This is the breather week. Use this time to recover, restock supplies, get your heating system checked. Northeast might stay cold, though. All that snow on the ground suppresses temperatures. Week 3, February 15th through 22nd. Circle these dates. This is when things get extremely serious. That polar vortex split from the 6th, add 2 weeks. Stratospheric cold finally reaches the surface. Western Canada gets brutally cold first. Then it spills into Montana, the Dakotas, Minnesota. That cold air pushes the storm track further south. Snow chances open up for the Four Corners, Central Plains, Ohio Valley, maybe even the Southeast again. The potential for a significant storm goes way up. I checked models this morning, and week 3 keeps trending colder with each run. This is the danger zone. February 15th through 22nd. Week 4, February 23rd through 28th. The ridge slides back west. Pacific warmth pushes into California. But the polar vortex keeps leaking cold air into the eastern U.S. Everything east of the Continental Divide stays cold and active. Northeast looks like the bullseye for snow. Models showing strong signals for a potential major storm. Still early, but if you have been jealous of the Carolinas, your time might be coming. Let me give you city forecasts rapid fire. Northeast first. New York City at 28 and 18, cold and windy. Boston 26 and 16 with light flurries, brutal wind chill. Philadelphia 30 and 20. DC 32 and 22. Baltimore 31 and 21. Pittsburgh 26 and 16. All cold and raw. Midwest in the deep freeze. Chicago 22 and 12. Wind chill brutal. Detroit, Cleveland, Columbus, all in the 20 to 24 range. Indianapolis 25 and 15. Minneapolis and St. Paul 18 and 8, extreme cold. Milwaukee 22 and 12. Cincinnati 28 and 16. Kansas City and St. Louis both 30 and 18 with trace snow possible. Omaha and Lincoln 26 and 14, storm zone still digging out. Charlotte 32 and 18, 1 to 3 inches still on the ground. Roads icy. Raleigh 34 and 20, 2 to 6 inches. Nashville 35 and 20, 2 to 5 inches. Atlanta 38 and 24, 1 to 3 inches, huge for Atlanta. Memphis 38 and 24, Florida historic cold. Miami 62 and 48, well below normal. Jacksonville 45 and 28, near record cold. Tampa 58 and 42, Orlando 55 and 38, Fort Myers saw snow, let that sink in. West Coast different world. Los Angeles 65 and 48, San Diego 62 and 50, Phoenix 68 and 48, Las Vegas 58 and 38, all comfortable while we freeze. Texas mild. Dallas 45 and 28, Houston 48 and 32, Austin 50 and 32, San Antonio 52 and 35. Here is what makes this critical going forward. January was already colder than normal across the east. February is doubling down. La Nina fading to neutral creates more volatility. Neutral setups mean more swings, harder to predict. With that polar vortex split early in the month, all bets are off by mid-February. Remember February 2021? Similar vortex setup. Similar dramatic cold outbreaks. Texas froze. When the vortex gets disrupted like this, impacts stick around for weeks. These clipper systems this week are appetizers. Mid-February is the main course. What concerns me most is the sustained nature of this cold, not a quick shot of Arctic air. Week after week of below normal temperatures. That stresses infrastructure, heating systems, runs up energy bills. Check on elderly neighbors. Check on anyone struggling to heat their home. The polar vortex split unleashes the coldest air on the planet. Air so cold, exposed skin freezes in 15 to 30 minutes. Air so cold, cars might not start. Air so cold, pipes burst even in homes that never had that problem. Practical preparation. For the South, let faucets drip Wednesday and Thursday nights. Disconnect garden hoses. Know where your main water shutoff is. Stock batteries, flashlights, non-perishable food. Power outages are possible. For Midwest and Northeast, you know cold, but this will be extreme during week 3. Keep half tank of gas minimum. Emergency supplies in your car. Blankets, water, snacks, phone charger. Breakdowns become life-threatening in this cold. Frostbite in 15 to 30 minutes. Get your furnace checked now. Change filters. Make sure vents are not blocked. Stock up on heating oil, propane, firewood. If we get a major storm during that Arctic outbreak, supply chains get stressed. Week 3, timing is critical. If a major storm hits during that Arctic air, we are talking blizzard conditions, heavy snow, extreme cold, strong winds, roads impassable, power lines down. That is the scenario we watch carefully. Models are not in perfect agreement yet on week 3 specifics. Some show storm track north hitting Great Lakes and Northeast. Some show it south impacting Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic. What all models agree on, very cold with storm systems moving through. I will have better clarity as we get closer. But right now, mid-February is the danger zone, February 15th through 22nd. If you have travel planned, pay attention. Week 4 shows potential for a major coastal storm in the Northeast. Strong signals in long-range models. Too early for specifics or totals, but ingredients are coming together. Cold air in place, storm track favorable. If this materializes, could be significant for the I-95 corridor. Boston, New York, Philly, D.C. Bottom line. Week 1 through the 8th, Clippers bring light snow, cold stays locked east. Week 2, 8th through 15th, brief warm-up, use it to prepare. Week 3, 15th through 22nd, danger zone, polar vortex effects hit, major storm potential. Week 4 through 28th, northeast potential major storm. West Coast stays warm all month. East of the Mississippi, buckle up. February is going to be wild. If Fort Myers can get snow, anything is possible. To everyone dealing with power outages, icy roads, storm damage, hang in there. Utility crews and first responders working in this cold are legends. The Carolinas just had their biggest snow in years. Could there be more? Late February setup looks favorable for another East Coast storm. Too early for specifics, but ingredients are there. This has been one of the most active winters for the eastern U.S. Based on models, February is not slowing down. From Fort Myers snow to polar vortex splits, this winter keeps surprising us. Stay safe, stay warm, check on your neighbors, drop your city in the comments. I read through them. It helps me know what to focus on. Make sure you are subscribed because tomorrow's update is critical. Things could change overnight with models. New data comes in. You will want this first thing in the morning. I will be live by 8 a.m. Eastern, possibly earlier if major changes happen. The way week 3 is shaping up, you definitely want to see the next update. The polar vortex split is real. The cold is real. The storm potential is real. This is not hype. This is what the meteorology shows. My job is making sure you have information to stay safe and be prepared. Winter is far from over. We are only in early February. The entire month ahead based on this pattern will be active all the way through. See you tomorrow with updated forecasts and refined details.